The reason I'm bringing all this up is I think there is a big difference between NHIs and human identities. I feel like I realize why NHI is getting so much spotlight. I think, Zero Trust got a lot of spotlight and then it got turned into a marketing buzz or marketing term. Same thing with AI. And look, Zero Trust is no joke. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the most significant things, like architectural frameworks we have in cybersecurity. I think that obviously AI is no joke either. But I don't think NHI is a joke either. And I do see it popping up more in like marketing literature. The reason I'm bringing all this up is I think there is a big difference between NHIs and human identities.
The problem with NHIs is that they are so different in so many different ways. And I also want to say the NHI term is kind of really, really broad. And, we're kind of just throwing a bunch of stuff into that term when realistically, the ones that we're probably talking about are kind of like the machine identities. But we also include personal access tokens and API keys and all those other things. And they're all going to be treated differently. And I think that's one of the bigger differentiators for me is human identities are relatively easy to classify and keep in a category, but you're going to have sub-categorizations of NHIs that are going to be treated entirely different in your environment, not just from a lifecycle perspective, but as you mentioned, an authentication and authorization perspective. So, it's vast and it's bigger than human identities or workforce identities, and we still haven't done all the things we need to do on that side. And now we're faced with all of these things.